Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. The boys are back in training today, the first training session after returning from the USA tour, which was very incredible. Winning all the games there, scoring 9 goals and conceding only one, beating Chelsea, beating Everton, and beating Orlando City as well. What a trip! It was an amazing trip, absolutely amazing. But we are back in England now, back in London Colney, back at London Colney, getting ready for the season. It's only 10 days remaining before the start of the campaign against Crystal Palace. Another Friday night kickoff just like last season. But I think many of you would agree we are more ready this season than we are last season. Last season, there was a lot of chaos going on. We still had players like Kolasinac in the team. We didn't know if they were going to stay, whether they were going to leave. We still had the likes of Chambers in the team. We knew they weren't going to be our fast choice defenders, but they were still there. We hadn't signed the likes of Tomiyasu. Ramsdale was not ready yet. I don't even think we had signed him yet. Odegaard was just getting signed. Last season, we were all a mess. Plus, obviously, like as it's Aubameyang getting ill before the start of the season, we were terrible. But this time, it's looking like we are very ready. We are ready to get going. Ramsdale is there, ready to go. Thomas Partey is fit and ready to go. Hopefully, he can stay fit for the entire season. That would really be welcome for us. So, which players have returned to training? First up, let's talk about Kieran Tierney. He's actually back. Quicker than I expected. So according to reports, Kieran Tierney returned to training at London Colney today. We all know he's been talked about a lot. Is it going to be Zinchenko playing in his position? Should Tierney be replaced by someone else? Is Tierney too injury prone? Some people have even entertained the thought of selling him because he's too injury prone. But I think he can still help us a lot whenever he's fit. Even if it's 15 to 20 games, he can still help us a lot. Yes, he can't really do anything about an injury, but he would know now that the likes of Zinchenko are in. He can easily take his position away from him. And if we end up signing another left back, it could be even more vulnerable. It could be more vulnerable in that role. So Tierney is back, really good to see. Even if he stays fit until the start of the season, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to start that first game. I have a feeling Zinchenko is going to start on the left side, but we have to wait and see. Zinchenko really played well against Chelsea for those 45 minutes, and I think Xhaka has been playing a lot of the friendly matches since returning from his holiday. I think he will be starting against Crystal Palace. I don't think Xhaka will be dropped to the bench for Zinchenko right away. That will definitely not happen. Zinchenko will probably start at left back. We have to wait and see what happens with that. If Tierney impresses against Sevilla this weekend, what happens? Another player who's returned is the other player on the other side, Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu is also back. According to reports, Tomiyasu was also involved in training today. Really good to see. Like both of these players, both of these fullbacks, we know that if both of them were there at the end of last season, we would have probably finished in the top 4. The time Tomiyasu, Tierney, Ben White, Gabriel, and Ramsdale and also Partey were all fit. We were keeping a lot of clean sheets and things were looking good. But right after a couple of them got injured, including Partey and the fullbacks, we are all a mess and started conceding a lot of goals. But hopefully they can stay fit. So I don't know if he's going to start or if he's not going, or if he's going to be on the bench. I have a feeling that even if Tomiyasu is fit, I have a feeling that it could still be Ben White on the right side for a couple of games, but it all depends on this guy. What does he think? How does he feel? We have to wait and see. But a couple of formations, I already talked about this. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'll link it up in the description and in the YouTube card. I talked about how Arsenal could line up defensively. There's like a lot of ways. One of them is this one: Tierney, Gabriel, Saliba, and Tomiyasu. But I wouldn't be surprised if against Crystal Palace we see Tierney, Gabriel, Saliba, and White at right back, or instead of Tierney, Zinchenko on that left side. It could be any. We could also play a back 5, but I talked about all that in that video, so make sure to check it out. It's really looking promising. In fact, if we add the other 2 players that we're looking for, things are looking promising. We've also been linked to a winger recently, but Martinelli is looking very fit. He played in almost all the games in preseason. He came on against Nuremberg. He started against Everton, started against Orlando City, started against Chelsea. He's looking very fit. I think he's one of the players who played a lot of minutes for us. When everyone else was getting subbed off, he was getting a few more minutes. When everyone else was on the bench, he was getting starts. So I think Martinelli could end up starting that Crystal Palace game. I actually would say 80% he'll start that game. He's looking very ready for the campaign. We need him to fire next season. Last season, during that December period, he was really good when you're scoring goals against the likes of Leeds. He was coming on from the bench and scoring. He was rotating with Smith Rowe very, very well. Whoever was starting was scoring goals. It was really, really good to see. So Martinelli, really, really happy with him. Let's hope he keeps firing. I think he'll be the one on the left side. Why? Because he has already formed a really good partnership with a certain Gabriel Jesus already. Him, Gabriel Jesus, Saka, and also Odegaard seem to be getting along so well so far already. Jesus is scoring goals. He already scored 4 goals and got an assist as well. It could have been like 6 goals against Nuremberg. He should have had a hat trick. Against Everton, he should have scored. I think should have scored another against Everton. Like he's been firing. He almost also got an assist for Nketiah's goal against London City, but it was almost like a tackle. So Jesus is going to be our main striker. This is going to be the first time in his Premier League career that he is the main striker, and expecting him to play more than 30 games, start more than 30 games. At Manchester City, he came in. There was Aguero. Obviously, he didn't start. Aguero was one of the best strikers the Premier League has ever seen, so you can't really blame him for that. And also after that, City decided to play with the false nine, sometimes with Foden up front, sometimes with De Bruyne up front, sometimes with Mahrez up front. Jesus was being pushed to the right side. I think he's very happy, and I think he's going to do really good this season, being the main number 9. Playing every single game, maybe getting subbed off in the 70th minute. I think he'll really be class for us. And he's not one-dimensional, as I said. He'll not only score goals. When the goals don't come, he'll also assist the goals. He'll also drift to the left side. He'll also drift to the right side. He'll do the job for you through and through. We've already seen his qualities already, scoring that magnificent goal against Chelsea. As we said, he was really good against Nuremberg, scored within 9 seconds of his debut. He's getting along with all the players. He's going to give us the goals. And if I was a betting man right now, I'd say he's getting us at least 15 Premier League goals and 20 goals in all competitions. And not just 15 goals, I can see him getting another 7 or 8 assists. Combining with all these players around him, Odegaard, Saka, Fabio Vieira and his fate, Zinchenko as well, who he already played with at Man City, another fellow Brazilian in Martinelli. He's already getting along with, let's not forget, he's already getting along with Edin Nketiah as well. I say that these two players, I'd not be surprised if you see them playing together a lot next season. Maybe in a front two, Nketiah on the left and Jesus up front, or Jesus on the right and Nketiah up front. We'll probably see them a lot next season, more than we expect. It doesn't have to be starting, but I would not be surprised if they start at least 5 games together. Maybe sometimes when you're looking for a goal, Nketiah could come on and join Jesus up front. At least we do have a couple of options there. Another player who's been in training today is Marquinhos. He's just been linked to the move away on loan. I thought he was going to be here, be sent to the under-23s, but according to Edu, he said they actually talked to his agent and his parents, and they planned and he told them that he'll not be playing every single day for Arsenal. We are going to build him. We are going to improve him for a couple of years and develop him for a couple of years before he becomes the man starter. So it's looking like it's going to be a loan deal. It's looking like it's going to be a loan deal for Marquinhos, where we still don't know. Then that it actually means that you're going to get another winger. Fabrizio already confirmed that you're looking for another winger. So even if Marquinhos and Pepe all go, we'll have someone else to play with Saka on that side, and we already have Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Fabio Vieira on that other side. So things are looking interesting. But the players are back in training in England, just 10 days away from that game against Crystal Palace. Not an easy game. We have started the season on a high, so let's see how it goes. Sevilla this weekend. Don't forget, you have Sevilla this weekend, the last preseason game. Maybe you'll play another behind closed doors game or something right before the season starts, but things are looking promising as of now. Thank you for watching. Catch up with you guys very, very soon.